Hello, friends, and welcome. Hello, hello. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of chair yoga modifications and some different things. I truly believe that every body can do yoga, so that's what I'm hoping to bring to the table today. Give y'all a minute to find your comfortable seat. This is mine. This is my chair. It's all comfortable now. I'll be taking off my little bum cushion here in a minute. Get your water. Make sure we stay nice and hydrated. I have a bunch of props, so I'll be introducing some of those as well, depending on time. So this is not a yoga session. So I won't be doing like a sequencing. I'll just be kind of showing different ways that you can sequence, I guess, if that makes sense. So let's minimize the rest of those things and get us going. Okay. I think we're all set. Sorry if I jump up, I just have to close a window or something. So yeah, thanks for showing up. Here's what we got. So props. You might have a block, you might not. You can use a box. You know, maybe you got a little Amazon delivery. So hey, same size, right? Grab your box, grab your prop, whatever that looks like. That is key for me. Really helps me bring the ground up. So that's one thing that we can do just right off the bat. Here's a modification. Grab something, a hard pillow, I was going to say encyclopedia. You know what I mean, right? Something about that. Another thing, a great prop that I super love is my bolster. These are pricey, but I do some restorative, which is amazing, and these bolsters are so rad because they're super comfortable. So imagine like if you got a body pillow, it would be like that, but thicker. Again, great thing for the shorties of the crowd. Now, all of a sudden, I'm nice and level. This is a little high for me, so I'm going to kick that out, bring this block in, and then now I'm nice and even. So this is going to allow me to sit properly. So those of you that are taller, well, yay for you. You probably have chairs that are suitable to your height, right? But if you're like, hey, I really want to do chair yoga, but once I sit down, I can't do this, there's so much length. Grab a bar stool, and then that's going to get you up here so that you can still find that middle ground, Let's see, what else do we got here just for sitting and sitting neutral? So I'm going to get rid of that because I really want to be grounded down. And now I'm nice and stable. And other thing that I kind of threw down was my strap or a belt. This is great for any of these, being able to kind of lash it around and then pull myself up. This really allows me to take all of that extension in the back from having to push down, and you can really extend yourself here. So I can really reach my leg out because I'm using this belt strap instead of trying to hurt myself, essentially trying to get into this stretch. But this allows me to really extend out and do these different things. I want to make sure I stretch myself on the other side too. So just some different little props that you can bring in. Again, I'm going to bring that little block out because that's what I need. I am vertically impaired. All right, so how about sun breaths? I introduced those in our self-care Sunday asana. So that's where we take the arms really wide and breathe in, turning the shoulder blades, looking up, reaching up, and then swooping back down. This is an amazing stretch, but it's very hard to do if you've got any shoulder issues. So if you have an injury or you have pain anywhere there, that's not going to work for you. The very fact of tipping the shoulders right here is just something that your body doesn't do. So a way that you can still engage and participate would be bring the hands forward. So you can come up. So for maybe your sun breath looks like this. You're going to bring the arms forward and come up. Maybe this is as far as you get. Maybe you're stopping here. Maybe you go all the way up. And depending on neck injuries, I can look up. I don't have a problem doing that. That feels great for me. But if you have neck injuries, that's not going to feel good. So the great thing about yoga is that we get to do what feels good in our body. So say you're doing an extension and you can only go this far. Cactus the arms. So now you can come in like this and you can cactus, and maybe that's enough stretch for you. Or maybe you want a cactus and you're feeling good here and we're not turning the shoulders and the clavicle as much. We just go straight up. So if you can do that, come from here and then going up this way is a different stretch. So check it out and see what feels good in your body. Maybe you've got full range of motion and you can do this. Maybe your hands forward and you add a little length in here and really stretch it as you come up. Or perhaps even just this is enough. Just literally going from hands to thighs, inhaling up, lifting the arms up, bringing the shoulder, or hinging at the elbows, and kind of rolling the shoulder blades down. That's a stretch too. So it doesn't have to be the full wide arms in order to still get some stretch. All right, where are we going to go from here? Since we're doing all of the arms and all of that, I also introduce some wrist stretches, right? We do these ones and a little of the tip the pitcher. Those are great stretches to help stretch our wrist and our fingers and all these tendons that we work so hard on the computer, texting, all of that jazz. But if you already have an injury here or you're recovering from something, that's not going to feel good. That could actually really, really hurt you. So in those times, don't add in the wrist stretches. Maybe for you, the stretch is just lifting the arms forward, and you just lift the arms, extend at the elbow, roll the shoulder back, and that's the stretch. And those that want to prevent that, can bring the wrist in and do these other stretches. But that all depends on where you're at with your wrist. So you can still do the stretch, but you're just not doing the same thing. So instead of pushing this way, just relax it out and just relax the shoulders out. And you can still engage and open up the chest and open up the heart, but not add that additional strain where you don't need to put additional pressure on yourself. Okay, so kind of did all of this jazz, shoulders, same kind of thing. Shoulders and neck, that can be very, very sensitive areas for a lot of people. Really pay attention to what feels good. If, dropping your head really hurts, cradle your face. Just allow yourself to rest into yourself. So if you need to, if we're doing the neck stretches and this next stretch where I'm saying, gently grab a hold and slightly pull, if that's too much for you, just take your hand and just really love yourself, allow yourself to sit in that stretch. We don't have to fully engage. The biggest thing I've learned in my own practice is really finding that stretch point. There's this beautiful moment where you feel the stretch and you can push a little bit harder and hurt yourself. Or you can back off and kind of play with this moment. And that's really where flexibility is developed. So find your pitch point, find that moment where it feels good and you're feeling the stretch, and once it starts to hurt, back off. I don't want anybody to get hurt, so I'm here to help you increase your mobility and flexibility, not push you to the point that you're injured and now you can't participate at all and you're totally burned out. That's not what we want. So coming into the legs, I'm going to wrap up a little bit, I use my feet for all kinds of stuff. But when we start bringing in our warrior poses and these other leg movements, those can be very challenging for people with any kind of knee injury or hip replacement. This is really going to be hard, and those may not be poses that you can do on the mat. So the great thing about the chair is that it can help hold the weight for us, so we're not feeling all of that here. So if going into, so like our warrior two, I'll go into warrior two left. I like to wiggle, I've mentioned that before. You can totally, if you can stand up, go wide, really straddle that chair, right? And then sit down and then work that leg out. So that's one way to get in. Or the way that I like is just coming to my edge, and then I take my knee out, and then I wiggle back. So here's a modification. Here's like a half warrior. You can still work on these hips and still do all of this arm, just sitting here with one leg bent and the other leg is straight. So I'm still getting all of these stretches, right? But I don't have all of this issue, right, in the other hip. So I can do a half warrior just by hinging out one leg, keeping the other leg in my standard, kind of neutral position. I can work on my shoulders and opening my chest and do all of these same poses that we would do with our leg extended, but now I'm here. And that feels great too. Or if you can, bring that leg all the way out. Or another option would be bring in this lovely block here. I'm not sure which way is going to be best for y'all to see. So if we've got the block, and now I've got a little more mobility. So I'm doing this, I'm doing my half warrior, I'm ready to add a little bit, but I can't get this leg back. Bring that block in, and now, check this out. I'm going to rest my leg on the block, and now I can shimmy and start working my way into this full extension. So we build on whatever our body can do, and just work into it. So those were just a few of the things I wanted to share. Same thing like with this bolster or a pillow. If we're getting ready to do some of these leg stretches, I can't reach the ground, it's too far for me. We're going to add in all of these things, and now I can reach all the way down. I can start working on this stretch, and all of this feels good instead of, well, for me, I really felt incomplete. I felt like I couldn't do a lot because my body wasn't flexible yet. And I had to give myself a lot of credit and work with what I had. So what I've got is this little 5-foot tall body. So there's a lot of poses that look different for me because I am compact. And I'm now in my practice, I've been able to get really flexible, but that's taken time. When I first started, I couldn't reach my toes. No, I could not. One would think, right? Oh, she could do it. No. It took time. So give yourself time. And I think the last one I want to say, and this comes for anybody that's got, whether it's pressure in the belly or, belly, when we're doing these forward folds and hinging down, take your legs wide, open up, give yourself space to settle in. Don't work against it, work with it. Give it the room that it needs, and then you still get that stretch. And I think that's where we're going to end today. I don't want to keep you too long. I was trying to keep it right at about 15. So I hope you all got something out of this. Message me or go in here and let me know what you learned or what you picked up or what you're looking forward to bringing into your own chair exercise. So I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. I got some stuff locals for the local friends. We're kicking off with that chair yoga. That's going to be in person Saturday morning. If I can get the go ahead from whoever's in person to go live, I'll go live here as well. That way those of you that are out of state can get that practice as well. And then I show up every Sunday morning for ya. So stay blessed and less stressed. Love y'all. Bye.